Hi friends, I'm Satyajit Padhye.
And I'm Tintin. Hello. Hi.
Tintin,
Yeah.
please say hello to this nice audience.
And
Please say hello to this nice audience.
show me the nice one and I will say hello.
No. Everyone is nice out here. So, Tintin, I want to ask you some few questions.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
First of all, do you know what art are we performing?
And
What art are we performing?
I don't know. I don't know.
The art that we're performing is called ventriloquism.
What?
Ventriloquism.
Ventriloquism.
Yes, ventriloquism. Do you know what the art of ventriloquism is?
I don't know.
Ventriloquism is an art of throwing your voice and creating an illusion that is coming from some other place.
Really?
Yes, you do not have to move your lips while you're talking.
Oh, you're talking without moving your lips, huh?
Yes. I'm talking without moving my lips. It's a very, very difficult art.
No. It's a very simple art. Anyone can do it.
Anyone can do it?
Very, very easy.
How come?
You just have to put your face mask and you can be a ventriloquist too.
No. I'm not, performing with the face mask. But
Yeah, I want to really know about the art of ventriloquism and I want to know about you and your history and how did you start as a ventriloquist.
okay, so look at this interview and you will know everything.
Yeah.
Hello sir, welcome to PN Entertainment. I'm sure you would have been inspired by your father, Mr. Ramdas Padhye, right from your childhood. How did you take this legacy?
Let me tell you a little background about me. My grandfather, Professor Yashwant Keshav Padhye, who was a magician by profession. He was a contemporary of PC Sarkar and Kelal, and he was a magician. And he actually started this art in India in 1916 and 1917. And let me give you a little background of how he actually discovered this art of ventriloquism. There was a soldier from First World War who had come to India, and he was a ventriloquist. He was trying to do small shows. So my grandfather actually saw that person, and he said that this art is very close to magic and I should learn that art. So during those days, he got some books from England, and he started doing ventriloquism with the help of two masks. And then he thought that and of course that ventriloquist was using a full length puppet, a full length ventriloquist dummy, you can say. And he said that let me I should not restrict myself with the help of two masks. I should get a full length ventriloquist dummy. So he made those two masks. They were wooden masks, and he named one of the masks Ardhavat Rao, or Mr. Crazy, or Kappi Das he used to call in Hindi, and in English he used to call Mr. Crazy, and of course in Marathi he named that character Ardhavat Rao. So with the help of that mask, he started performing, and then he thought that let me, get the full length dummy from England. So he got that full length dummy from England around 1920 and 22, and then he named that character Ardhavat Rao or Mr. Crazy, and that is how our Ardhavat Rao or Mr. Crazy or Kappi Das was born. And this character is now 104 years old. So I think that legacy I'm carrying forward. Of course, my father, Mr. Ramdas Padhye, who is India's leading ventriloquist, puppeteer and puppet maker, has been pursuing this art for the last 55 years. For the last 5 decades, he's actively performing, and in fact, he's performing even more eagerly and with enthusiasm than me. So I'm also carrying my grandfather's legacy ahead in this way.
What about the interest? Is it that your father forced you to get in this art, or is it because you had a passion for this art?
Let me tell you that right from my childhood, I was very intrigued with this art of ventriloquism and puppetry. I used to accompany my father for his shows, and somewhere, right from my childhood, I was really interested and keen to learn the art. But my father never forced me to get into the art. My father gave me a very important advice that you first finish your education, then you decide whether you want to pursue this art as a hobby or whether you want to pursue this art as a profession. Because this art of ventriloquism and puppetry is a little offbeat art. Considering the other art forms like music, dance, acting, which has a set background, or where the opportunities are, there are many more opportunities in those fields. So this art of ventriloquism and puppetry is offbeat. So he said that you first finish your education and then you decide whether you want to pursue the art or not. So I became a chartered accountant in 2009. And of course, right from my childhood, I used to perform a lot of shows. I have performed in my school gatherings. I have represented my college. I am from Aripodar College of Commerce and Economics in Matunga, and have participated in youth festival, Mallar, many inter-college festivals. And I was kind of a semi-professional in my college. I used to perform small shows, birthday party shows, wedding shows, social gatherings. I used to perform. So right from my college days, I used to perform small shows. So my father never forced me to get into the art, but during my chartered accountancy exams, when I was supposed to appear for my CA final exams, I got a call from Colors, India's Got Talent, and they were starting the first season of India's Got Talent, and they said that since you also perform, your father, so your art is very unique, and we want you to be on the show. So I went on the show, I gave the audition, and then of course I forgot about it. I gave my CA exams, I cleared my exams, and then they again called me that you're selected, please go ahead. So in 2009, I reached the finals of the India's Got Talent. I was the second runner-up in the show, and that was a pan-India show. So all over India, people saw my performance, and considering that it was a talent show, you were competing with different talents like singing, dancing, innovative acts. So I combined in that particular act, I combined ventriloquism, puppetry, dance, music in one act, and I performed a very unique act there. So it was not just a ventriloquism; it was something much beyond that. So people really liked the act, and slowly I started getting a lot of work, and as a CA, I said I should stop the work, and then now I'm pursuing this art full time as a profession.
In this fast world of OTT, do you find any problem with people accepting this art?
Considering that this art is very niche and very few people are pursuing the art, but I think there is a lot of scope in this art because of the social media, because of the internet. People are now aware about the art of ventriloquism and puppetry, and of course, my father has been performing for the last 55 years now. So there is a lot of awareness about the art. What is ventriloquism? The younger generation knows about the art of ventriloquism, ventriloquist, who is a ventriloquist, and so they are very keen to learn the art. But there are still very few people in India who can pursue this art as a profession, because there are a lot of amateur ventriloquists in India, but to compete on a global scale, it is very difficult. To perform on television, it is very difficult. So I think in the OTT space, in today's digital world, puppetry as an art form, yes, I can understand that it's a dying art form, you can say, but I really don't believe that it is dying art form. If people come up and want to learn the art, and since stand-up comedy also is a very big thing now, and ventriloquism is a form of stand-up comedy, so I think ventriloquism as an art form is definitely growing.
In what way technology has shaped this art?
Actually, since my grandfather started this art form in India, the puppets that he used to design were made first of wood, then there was paper mache, and then there was cloth. Then my father started designing the puppet from foam. The most popular puppet called Tatya Vinsu from the movie Sapat Leela is made from foam and cloth. And then we started making puppets from foam latex, which is like a rubber, like a real human being. And as the technology keeps on improving, I have also used technology in the art of puppetry and in puppet making in particular. I have designed India's first 3D printed puppet for the movie Ludo, which is on Netflix, of Aditya Roy Kapoor. We 3D scanned Aditya Roy Kapoor, and then 3D printed him. Then we took a mold of that particular thing and we made a cast out of that mold. So we could exactly capture the features of Aditya Roy Kapoor. Mr. Anurag Basu, the director of Ludo, he told me that in the movie Aditya Roy Kapoor, the puppet is an alter ego of the Aditya Roy Kapoor. He should exactly look like him. So that is the reason I have tried to use technology. In fact, I have also used digital puppetry in a theme park called Imagica in 2013. And I'm also trying to use artificial intelligence in puppetry also. There are animatronics puppets that we use. In fact, Zapat Leela 2, the sequel to the movie Zapat Leela, we used an animatronic Tatya Mitsu there. So, I'm trying to use technology in my way possible, and in every way possible. So, I think the puppetry art is definitely growing.
What is the advice you would like to give it to the young generation?
The advice that I would like to give to the younger generation is that this art is unique, this art is different, but don't expect immediate success in this art because it's off-beat art. You really have to practice hard, practice for a longer time. In fact, I get a lot of phone calls and emails from people stating that can I buy a puppet from you? I ask them the first question whether you know ventriloquism, whether you are trained as a ventriloquist. They said no, I can learn in some few days. So that is not the case because ventriloquism is a very difficult art form. It is like a classical singing. You really have to do a lot of riyaz on your voice, producing a contrast voice. It's a very very difficult. It takes around 2-3 months to just have the contrast voice, and after that, if you train yourself for 6 months or a year, then you are able to perform say for 2 or 3 minutes. That's the thing. So my advice for the younger generation is that ventriloquism is a very unique art form, and I think younger generation is definitely smarter. They will definitely learn the art, but you need to really take efforts. That's what I want to tell you.
So friends, if you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe to our channel and please do comment on the video and please do share the video.
Yes.